the US Justice Department has released a massive new cache of documents related to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This comes under a law passed last November, which required the government to make public all records connected to Epstein. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche announced the release on Friday, calling it the final batch under the Trump administration's planned disclosures. According to Blanche, the files include more than 3 million pages, 2,000 videos, and 180,000 images. However, Blanche warned that the files contain extensive redactions. The law permits certain information to be blacked out, including the identities of victims and material connected to active investigations. Previous releases were also heavily redacted, drawing criticism from some members of Congress who argued that key details were being hidden from public view. Epstein, a New York financier, was found dead in his jail cell in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. His death was ruled a suicide, but it has fueled years of conspiracy theories, some of which former President Donald Trump echoed during his 2024 campaign. Trump himself, who was friends with Epstein in the 1990s and early 2000s before their relationship ended years prior to Epstein's first conviction, spent months resisting the release of these files. Ultimately, pressure from both Democrats and Republicans in Congress forced his administration to comply, advancing the law over his objections. It's important to note that Trump has not been formally accused of any wrongdoing in connection with Epstein. He has consistently denied having any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. Yet, the scandal has continued to dog him, particularly since he promised during his 2024 presidential campaign to release the Epstein files. Blanche also confirmed that some documents were withheld on legal grounds, including attorney-client privilege and internal work product. Some lawmakers argue that these withholdings may conflict with the law, which specifically required the Justice Department to provide internal communications about decisions on whether to charge or investigate Epstein or any associates. The Justice Department has pledged to provide Congress with a report summarizing all redactions and withheld materials in compliance with the law. Meanwhile, news agencies, including Reuters, are in the process of reviewing the millions of pages, videos, and images. This release marks a significant moment in the long-running Epstein saga, giving the public, investigators, and lawmakers unprecedented access to records that could shed new light on his crimes and any connections he had with prominent figures. We will continue to follow developments as journalists dig into these documents and report on any revelations that emerge.